last 2 days in court have brought some massive revelations to light in the Joshlin Smith trial. This is a jam-packed update. You've been warned. So if you've been following the trial, here's the official Bella recap. Remember how Kelly stated that she was at the Zeger's home cleaning on the day of Joshlin's disappearance? Well, it may not have been the case, for a good portion of the afternoon, that is. Whilst the elderly Caroline had given her cash and testified to Kelly leaving and then returning, her daughter would testify next. Kelly Zegers would state that although Kelly Smith was supposed to clean her home, after checking CCTV footage, it became apparent that she didn't show up. So that begs the question, where exactly was Kelly then? She would also testify to Kelly's behavior being incredibly strange, especially given the fact that her daughter was missing. Up next, social worker Siliziwe Mbambo would provide evidence and testify in regards to her ongoing interactions with Kelly and her family. She would also present the Department of Social Development's file to the court. So, as per my comment section and the previous day's witnesses, some believe that Kelly may be a better mother than the media had portrayed her to be. Those individuals, here's a short breakdown on the DSD file of her case. The first report was on the 15th of February 2016, when Kelly's grandmother had alerted authorities that Kelly was abusing drugs, neglecting and allegedly threatening to stab her son, who was around 2 years old at the time. Kelly had also threatened her grandmother, leading her grandmother to inquire about a protection order against her too. After that, her grandmother had kicked her out the home. Kelly's son, however, would continue to live with her grandmother, and the two barely had contact. Kelly and her son, that is. A year later, the file was reopened when social workers were alerted to the fact that Kelly was still using drugs whilst pregnant with Joshlin. In 2018, she had approached DSD to help her with her addiction. At the time, she was living with Joshlin's father, Jose, in the Maracana informal settlement in Middleport. It was heard how that relationship was volatile and abusive, which is why Joshlin was often dropped off at Natasha's home. You know Natasha Andrews, one of the previous witnesses? So about 2 months after her inquiry, Kelly was admitted to the Siyabonga Center to help her with her addiction. During that time, she was living with Natasha. 3 months later, she left. And over the next months and years, she would continue to relapse. Also be heard how she couldn't send her kids to school because their uniforms were dirty and she didn't have money for soap. She did, however, make enough money for drugs. After Joshlin's disappearance, Kelly wanted to be admitted to a shelter. But after hearing that there would be no phones and men allowed, as well as periodic drug testing, she refused. And then to finally answer the question that many have been asking since everything came to light last year, where are Kelly's other children? Well, her son, who is now 11 years old, is with Jose Mka's family. Her other daughter, also a minor, has been looked after by a caregiver as per a court-approached order since the 15th of March 2024. However, her biological father from the Northern Cape had applied to care for the child himself. His application was denied. And then it was on to day 8. One of Joshlin's